Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all doing well. If you're new here, I'm Betty and thank you for joining us today. So currently the weather here in Southern California is about 20 to 30 degrees above normal, topping off in the hundreds for the last couple of weeks. And my friends and family back in New York have had the cold, the snow, and the rain, with my brother telling me that he got about 40 inches of snow with the last blizzard. So I lucked out of shoveling this year. But this is all part of our great reset, and we can expect more climate shifts and natural movements occurring in the coming years. And just so you have the awareness, not all of it stems from natural movements. Some weather phenomenon is due to weather manipulation in order to incite fear and to gain profits or property. So I know there's a lot of information out there about a lot of things that will happen, and we'll talk about that later on. But the masters suggest you prepare as you would normally, and then do not dwell on the outcome or project what you think might happen, because you create your reality. So we're trying to create in light and not in fear. So instead, use the light that you carry within you and invoke it with the intention of protection. So you use your light to surround your house, your community, and beyond. They're bringing up you prepare as you would for anything else. So I used to live upstate for a number of years in upstate New York, and winter was coming. It was always coming. And so in the late summer and fall, we prepared. We got our wood, we stocked it and prepared it. We had propane tanks, so if our electric went out, which it always did with the heavy wet snows, you could still cook and have showers. There was canned foods in case. So basically everything that we could do, we did prepare for. So when the bad weather did hit, we would stay warm and be able to have food and not worry about anything till it passed. And it was usually only a couple of days anyway. And then if it was really, really bad, we had snowmobiles. So you take the snowmobile to the store, which was kind of fun. So, but that's the point they're trying to get across, is just prepare as you would normally and then let it go and don't worry about it. They are saying that if you live in flood zones, make sure that your paperwork is in like Ziploc freezer bags, so it doesn't get destroyed if you have to leave quickly. So things like that, just depending on the area and where you live, just those little things will make all the difference in the world, especially if you need to call insurance and you don't have any information or paperwork with you. So they don't want you to worry, they just want you to be prepared, and then hopefully you never have to use it. So the spring equinox we had in March was interesting. It was a portal opening, and it was also aligned with a major solar storm that we received. And you might have noticed it with the internet. It was just constant failures and glitches, and it was across the board. So it wasn't just, they're saying cyber hacking, because we've had some of that too. So they're bringing up the banks. There was problems with banks. I know myself, I couldn't get online to my bank. So thank goodness I do things the old-fashioned way too. So I had backup. But this was really occurring around that period. And there is, they're saying, be prepared, because we will be getting or attempts of cyber attacks on different things in the U.S. But during this opening, we received downloads of what are called packets of cosmic memory. And these packets hold ignition codes that are designed to spark memories of our true origins and cosmic lineages. And for the last 6 months, I've been constantly getting each month that these are memory renewal codes that have been embedded within each photonic wave that we've received. So it's yeah, thank you. It's been layered and activated at the same time. So these codes are helping us to recall and remember our star origins, as well as our natural abilities that we have, and they just need to be remembered and then utilized. So when these codes are activated, they initiate memory flashbacks, and it can be from this life, parallel lives, or any incarnation that you've had on this planet. Clairaudience and telepathy can also start to come back online. You might be hearing random words or music or sentences that just come out of the blue, and it's almost like, well, where did that come from? So for instance, I heard the word Perseus this morning. It didn't necessarily mean anything to me, but it could be a being wanting to connect, a memory or a message. And whatever you receive, you are the one who deciphers what it means to you. And to do this, you just need to be present or sitting in stillness, and then you will receive direct knowledge as to what it means for you. And with these memory packets, you'll also notice old wounds will be releasing and start to come to the surface, as you know, what we've been witnessing for years now with every upgrade we receive and every codes we get. It's bringing all the yuck up, so to speak. But this may show up in the way of strange aches and pains. And these biological shifts within our vessels will make you feel and think like you're getting old. You'll wake up in the morning, it's like, oh my God, I feel like I got hit by a train. But you're simply transmuting these lower dimensions. You're not aging. This is just the process we go through. You might also experience nightmares, unsettling thoughts, heaviness, and mood swings. This can also show up as part of your release. And when these old imprints are released, symptoms can flare up in numerous ways, and it's just kind of flushed out of your body. And this is, again, part of the purification process. It comes out in weird ways. And you're going, well, I don't understand why this is happening. And it's just, you know, if you've been to the doctors and you've had it checked out and they have no explanation, that's pretty much a big key to tell you that you are releasing things. So, yes, and we always want you to go to the doctor and check things out. But as we've said for years now, if they can't figure it out, they can't find anything through their tests or x-rays or what have you, then you can kind of chalk it up to your body is just being rebuilt, going from carbon to crystalline. And it can be a bit uncomfortable and painful at times, but this is our process. So the only thing you have to do is just recognize these distorted thoughts or dreams for what they are. They're simply patterns that no longer align with the new you or the new earth. And just let them float right out and say, I don't need them anymore, I release them. And it's if you just do that every time something comes up, it gets easier as you go along. Okay. So in general, downloads are received through the crown area, the center top of your head, and above. This is where cosmic energy flows in. Typically, we don't think about divine connection to our hair, but it is much more significant than most people realize. Our hair is a living an antenna. It's a receiver, and this is our connection between the physical and spiritual. It is our direct extension with higher dimensional fields, and it also interfaces with our nervous system. So as we're receiving upgrades, codes, waves, information packets, it doesn't matter, whatever we're receiving, that's going directly into our nervous system to be recalibrated. So it's a bit more important, than most people realize. In ancient times, the hair was revered. The longer the hair, the more powerful one was, and they oiled and perfumed it with their natural ingredients to keep it healthy. If you remember the old story of Samson and Delilah, the hair was the source of Samson's strength given to him by God. But once Samson's hair was cut, he lost his strength, was captured, and blinded. Now, metaphorically speaking, he lost his connection to Source and therefore had to reestablish the connection. And your hair is just like any other part of your body. It needs to be nurtured and fed. And I'm not talking about hair products. We're speaking about the crown area being attuned so you're able to connect and receive. So without this area being activated and attuned, it's like sitting in front of a computer or a TV and never turning it on. You just sit there, but nothing happens. So once it's attuned, you actually need to use it. And like any other muscle in your body, it needs to stay active. So practice can then turn into embodied mastery. And then that becomes just a natural part of yourself. And it's no different than I'm speaking to you now. You speak and connect to Source, cosmic beings, loved ones that have passed over, masters, you name it, planets. You can connect to all once you are attuned to that. But most people miss the point where they actually have to use it and practice, because the more you practice, the easier it gets and the better you get at it. I know I had a gentleman one time, he brought to my attention that my hair wished to thank me for clearing attachments to it. And even though I had been aware that every part of the body holds a particular frequency, I never looked at my hair as a conscious antenna. But it makes perfect sense. And after that, I never looked at my hair the same way again. And since your hair is conscious, you can vibrationally speak to it. It's just like any other cell or organ in your body. You can command it. You can command it to grow stronger and thicker, to heal, or return to its natural color if you choose. Weakness in the hair also points out that you are overthinking. Those that have thinning hair or develop baldness tend to live more in their minds than in their hearts. And worry, stress, loss, or fear are major factors in hair loss. So again, be mindful of your vibration as it affects your ability to receive and communicate clearly. Okay. All right. So back in January, we spoke about March and April being intense months. And I wasn't sure how this was going to unfold, and then Iran happened. We would like to share a different perspective of what's unfolding beneath the layers of distortions that you're being fed. Iran, first of all, has an ancient dimensional portal referred to as the 10th gate. It is a major node, one of 12 nodes that span across our globe. These nodes connect and serve the planet. It is a natural gateway that has existed long before Mesopotamia and has witnessed the rise and fall of many civilizations for eons. The 10th node is a gateway of probabilities. Just like the portal in Las Vegas, that too is a portal of probabilities. But the 10th node is a juncture where fields converge and harmonize. Well, all nodes, all major nodes do that. These 12 nodes form a dimensional grid, and each node holds a different theme. When all 12 nodes are open and aligned, the planet becomes harmonized. And on the surface surrounding Gate 10, there are temple structures, dwellings and installation, and these have been built on top of over the years. So it's just layer after layer, which you'll find very often in the Middle East, that they do that. You know, Egypt, they just build upon, use whatever they have. So there's many layers from the surface down. And underneath are technological structures of emerald crystalline. I see it as Eden. It's beautiful. And it kind of reminds me, and I believe it's not Iran, but it might be Iraq. You'd have to check it. I'm not sure where the original Garden of Eden was. I know it was between the two rivers, the Tigris and the Euphrates. So even though it might have been in a different country, that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing it looks like a Garden of Eden, only in a crystalline emerald structure. And these structures also, the emerald crystals also hold an etheric library, and it holds our Earth's origins and cosmic information. You will see this again in several places around the world where these libraries exist that have this information. And once we're able to fully step into the New Earth octave, it's all available for us. And above is our crystalline connection, our celestial connection, which is a dimensional transportation portal. And since this is a portal of probabilities, you can see why those in power want to own it. Those looking to exploit portals like Antarctica, Greenland, and Iran want to control it so they can continue to manipulate us and keep us held back in slavery, basically. Because if you've noticed, I read the other day that we have like a crazy amount of billionaires just in the US alone. And so the equality the balance isn't there. There's so many people struggling to get by while, these people are sailing off on their mega yachts. And so this has got to come back into balance. But this is also why they want these portals, because then they would be able to use them to manipulate us. But they want you to know that this will never be allowed, and it can never be owned by anyone. And due to the portal's divine intelligence, it's impossible to enter unless your vibration matches the frequencies of the gate. There is a dimensional barrier that reads your signature vibration and your intentions. So if your desire and vibration to enter is based on creating fear and manipulation, it will not open, and it cannot be forced open. But if your intentions and vibration are that of a pure heart and pure thoughts, deeds, and actions, it will open to you. These sacred places are attuned to higher dimensional souls that have mastered themselves and serve Source. Okay, so they're making me laugh. They're showing me Costco. And it's like, you can't get in. Everybody knows you can't get in without your membership card, and now they have the VIP. So if you don't have the VIP card, you can't get in till an hour later. So it's funny. So it's membership only, they're saying. So basically this is the same thing, but your membership is your vibration. So those intent on harming humanity can never enter. It is a test of mastery and stewardship. When we live from higher vibrations, all information is open and flows freely to us. Within the New Earth's octave are spiritual practices of compassion, honesty, integrity, truth, and love is the new light technology that will be utilized in the next octave. It's yes, thank you. It's how do I say that? It's not that it is replacing it, but it's also when you live from these higher intentions, life shifts for you, and we'll be able to use this. Yeah, thank you. So light, sound, color, and vibration are all forms of light technology. And in the near future, these technologies will become prominent in our world. So we'll be able to heal with frequencies, to create and manifest with our vibrational thoughts, and to communicate with resonance without distortion. So it's not so much speaking, it's what are you resonating at, and that is the part of the communication and creation. I'm also being shown multiple galactic ships in and around Iran. They are watching, but also protecting them, making sure no nuclear weapons are going to be able to use on the country of Iran. They're also showing me that they're at surrounding military bases too. You might actually see them, you know, if you're near one, that do have nuclear capabilities, because they will disable the codes, so they will not be able to launch. So that's not something that they're wanting to happen at this time. Yeah. Oh, okay. They're bringing up Sedona too. If you guys, you can check it out. I just saw it briefly on a YouTube short, but the galactics it's been crazy in Sedona, and a lot of people have gotten good video of them just coming out of the ground. So if you get a chance, I guess you just pop Sedona galactic ships, and hopefully it'll come up for you. Okay. But any attempts to take over this portal area will fail, and those engaged in propaganda and military action will suffer the consequences. I see leaders, and I have seen this for at least 2 years now, being removed in one form or another, and all within a short period of time. So there'll be one leader gone, then another, then another. It'll be very short between them. They're telling me the troublemakers. Yeah, the troublemakers will be, so it could be by impeachment, it could be assassination, it depending on the country and what goes goes on. Netanyahu, I've been trying to go in to read him, and it's almost like he's psychically blocked around him. I almost feel like he is in hiding at this point, but he is one that will be taken out again in one way, shape, or form. And this was all possible as we anchored into a new timeline, which means we were able to avoid certain catastrophes. Had we remained in the old timeline, our outcome would have been very different. So we'd like to thank you for continuing to shine your love and light during these challenging times. And they just want you to know all will be well, and just to continue to hold your light. When you're in meditation, just shine your light around the globe, shine it in the problem areas, certainly Iran, just send your light there, because that helps diffuse things. And you may think, well, what's my little light going to do? Well, when you get 100,000 little lights, it makes a big difference. So they just want you to know all is going to be well, and just continuing to put your light out there. All right. Okay, is there anything else? Okay. It's just going to be a lot of changes over the next 5 years, and we just roll with the punches. They're giving me the song. I don't remember who sang it, but roll with the punches anyway. Okay. I did receive a couple of inquiries after we began the Golden Codex series. We will be extending it for one more month if anyone would like to join, because we will be able to send you the past replay, so you can we're not too far in to not allow others to join at this point. If you are unable to join us, because a few people had mentioned that on those dates, it's not a problem. Once it's downloaded, you receive a replay within 24 hours, and you can watch it at your convenience. And so if you'd like to join us, all information is listed on my website, which is in the description box below. Okay. All right, so this month's light language transmission will be activating the 7th dimensional gamma ray codes, okay? And this was something that just kind of came in again a couple of days ago. So we're also receiving this too. As you listen to the light language, we invite you to see streams of aquamarine light flowing through your crown area and throughout your body, and just allow that to go wherever it wants to go in your body. Okay. And you might, and you might also see it afterwards for a few days. When you close your eyes, you might see the light surrounding you or within your body. Okay. All right, so let us begin. Daho hishtitenta antita atu suurutu sha'e'e'enea mianunaya kia pia urtiasu suuriata sa'ayania kia aru urianana sakia urinea suurinea aiahrenia maharu kaspi ito aka ane ishi iti ita anu ta a u ta anti a inea suuritea shu shurianea ku uriana a iti a arata tishta antu uruta amba a tua ya sewi itia suita ayene piatusu arenya nasa akirinya aku ayininya su turiatise ya oriempa asu oriatia karenya ayakia su urinya Da ayana ya korea te su stu uteana. Suyani nya aia kia. Nyana nya kuru na te oste biste nea ashu. Di titi anea namokui bia ge uri nea su. Sui anea kia taya. Ya nea tu su ayene bia. Aharan to yushtu uri nya akieste nea. Niana harana e anenia mahareti ni akhreni bia ai lahai nia ugahiani tia pia su asu upapaya ne ane aku sawi ane ate asa dewi e mini atuki pia batlu utushu utania yaka su 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 de ipi tuta ayene akia da ayanea koreante ariane nia hiarautuya dayane arenea munanae asu ugarepia stuna sivianea kaya tu erarenia da ayanenia nebia kuyesa Bi akhrania yani yareni bia tu suini akhariana ukaraya su yestuyana da akhrania mia tu yana lakha suyane bi akhrania bi fiti antusu ishiti akuaram parutora. And just allow that aquamarine light to flow through your crown, to your heart, and throughout your body. These seventh dimensional codes will activate abilities and awareness within you. Kia tusa. Dayenta su itiana ya tusu. All right. Thank you so much for watching. We're truly grateful that you took time to view this video. And we wish you many blessings for this month. And we will see you next time. Thank you so much.